Hi, I'm Tim Trady, Director of Instruction for TSGI here in Bradenton, Florida at the River Club Golf Course. What I'm going to talk today to you about is some simple things to help you strike the ball more solidly and to make it really simple so you don't have a ton of swing thoughts going on in your head, but you're really focusing more external on what you want to do with the club and what you want to do with the golf ball, because so many people get so worried about, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, and then they can't go out and play golf because they're playing golf swing. Now, yes, it's important that we work on our technique, that we can control the ball, and we have, one or two maybe swing thoughts or ideas that we're working on when we practice. But ultimately, the name of the game is getting the ball in the hole in as few strokes as possible and to get a good score so we can have fun and get really good results. So we can't go out to the golf course thinking of so many mechanical things to do, which most people do. So I'm going to give you a really simple drill here today, and I'm going to talk about a couple things that need to occur at impact in order for us to strike the ball more solidly. So first of all, let's think about a couple things that need to happen at impact. If we want to hit the ball solid and straighter, we need to hit the ball in the sweet spot. If we're hitting the ball on the toe or on the heel or really low on the face or high on the face, it's going to be harder to control the distance and direction that the golf ball travels on. So this drill that I've set up will help us hit the ball in the sweet spot. Number two, it's very important that we get our club to swing on a consistent direction, okay? So if I'm trying to hit a little draw, the direction that my club coming through impact might swing a little bit more in to out. If I'm looking maybe to produce a little more of a left to right ball flight, I might have a swing direction that's going a little bit more outside in through impact. Or some people like it to go, through impact, going a little bit more straighter down the line. So whatever ball flight pattern you're looking for, just be aware of the direction where this club is swinging can play a great influence over that. Now the next thing is where this club face is pointing when we strike that golf ball. That's hugely important, okay? Because basically where this ball is going to start is influenced by this club face. So if I'm trying to hit a little bit of a draw, I need to get my swing direction going a little bit more out to the right, and the club face needs to aim a little bit left to that swing direction. And the opposite would be a fade. If I want the ball to go left to right, my swing direction is going to be a little bit outside to in, and the face will aim in the opposite direction of that to produce a little bit of a fade. But what we're going to try to do today with this exercise is helping us get the ball to start straight, okay? But the last thing, one more thing I want to talk about that's very, very important for people to strike the ball solidly is when we strike this golf ball, it's very important, especially with our irons, that the low point of this swing is after the golf ball. So what that means, when we strike this golf ball, we need to get this shaft leaning slightly forward. So many amateurs have the club releasing back, their weight's back on their right side, so they hit the ground first. So they either hit fat or thin shots. We need to make sure that we get this shaft leaning more forward. My body is rotated more forward. My hands are over my left leg, and you can see that the grip end of the club is well forward of the ball. My left wrist is very flat. My right wrist is bent back. If I can get into that impact condition, then I can control the low point, and I can be nice and wide through impact and post impact right here, which will help me hit the ball more solid. Because most amateurs are back on their right foot, release the club very early, and they get very narrow through the shot. So let's go over this drill, which is going to help you accomplish all those things that we want at impact, okay? So first and foremost, you can see that I've set a golf ball on a tee, and I've set two tees just outside the toe and the heel of my golf club. So that's going to help me to hit that ball in the sweet spot. Next, I've set a towel like 8 inches behind my ball. That's going to help me get the low point more forward, because if I'm hitting the towel, that's instant feedback. Same thing if I'm hitting the tees, it's instant feedback that my swing direction is getting too far off. Now, what I've also done is 6 feet in front of the ball, I've set 2 alignment rods that you can get in at Home Depot or Lowe's. And what I've done is I set them about 4 or 5 inches apart from each other. If you're a higher handicap player, you maybe can make it a little bit wider at first, and if you start to be successful doing this, then you can narrow the range. And then I have 2 other alignment rods. One here is kind of the starting point, so I can see where I want to start the ball, and another one here is more of my body lines where I'm aiming more parallel left to that. So what my goal is I'm just going to make little swings at first where I'm going to go back waist high to waist high. So from the face on view, I'm basically going back to where my hands go back to my waist, and I follow through to my waist on this side. So it'll look a little bit like this. So we set up, I'm looking down my target line, fairly narrow stance, weight leans a little bit left, and again, the goal is I'm going to miss the tees, miss the towel, and try to get my ball to fly right through these two alignment rods. Let's see how we do. So pretty good, it went through, so it hit the right one just a little bit. It's not bad since I'm a left-handed golfer and I was hitting it righty. But you see, if you can do this drill, you know, every time you go out to practice, to start your practice, say for example, do like a set of 10 golf balls and set yourself a goal. Say, okay, you know, I'm going to try to get 5 out of 10. That's going to go through here. I'm going to miss the tees and miss the towel. Or you can have specific goals to miss the towel or to miss the tee. Okay, it just depends on your skill level. And as you start to progress, then make it a little bit higher. Say, okay, I'm going to get 7 out of 10. And then the next time you go out, you're going to try to get 8 out of 10. And then your ultimate goal is to see if you can get 10 out of 10. So this is a really great exercise to get us out of thinking so many technical thoughts, but get us focused on more of what this golf club is doing, okay? The club face, the club shaft, and what do we need to do to miss the towel, miss the tees, and get my golf ball going through there. So if we can do that consistently, we're going to be striking that golf ball so much more solidly. We're going to keep the ball in play. You're going to have more fun because you're going to be shooting lower scores because you're keeping the ball in play. We're not hitting it OB or in water hazards. So start to implement this exercise into your training practice, and I guarantee you're going to see really good results.